There's been another death near the Canada-U.S. border. A man has died, apparently trying to cross into the U.S. near Stansted in the eastern townships. Now, Luca, he's said to be the second man to die this year at an illegal crossing.
Yes, Vermont State Police identified the man as 45-year-old Jose Leo Cervantes, a migrant from central Mexico. They say he was one of 3 people who were trying to enter the U.S. illegally at around 10:30 at night a week and a half ago. When the U.S. Border Patrol caught up with them, 2 of the people ran back towards Canada, but they say Cervantes collapsed. Border Patrol agents performed first aid on him and brought him to a nearby hospital where he died hours later. He's said to be one of hundreds who have tried to cross into Vermont so far this year. Swanton border officers say there were 367 recorded cases in January, more than the last 12 Januaries combined. Surveillance images from the border show migrants trying to cross on foot with luggage and children, moving through harsh weather, some without adequate footwear. Cervantes was apparently trying to cross from the eastern townships in the Stansted area. Stansted's Mayor Jody Stone told us crossing there used to be more common until a border enforcement office was set up some years ago.
Stansted has a lot of easy accessible areas that to the average person they would think it's easy to cross, because the border is literally a couple steps across, so people think by looking at a map that it's an easy place to cross, but because of the surveillance that we have in this area, they're going to get picked up within minutes.
A woman from Ecuador was arrested and charged with unlawfully attempting to transport 3 people. She has pled not guilty. His death comes weeks after another death in Roxham Road, a common illegal entry point into the U.S. In January, 44-year-old Fritznell Hicham froze near Roxham Road heading towards the U.S. His death drew calls from politicians, including Premier Legault, to close the irregular crossing. Human rights lawyer Pearl Eliadis says people are going to try to cross regardless, and that it's better to maintain some informal paths to avoid a free-for-all.
I don't know what it means when people say close down this border opening or close down this crossing. We have thousands of miles of undefended borders, and it actually makes a lot more sense for us to have 1 or 2 or 3 concentrated areas of border crossings where people know where to go, where they won't freeze to death and end up in some forest or some field not knowing where they are or where to go, where there are medical services, where people's refugee applications or other applications can be processed.
People online who have identified themselves as family members say they're now trying to organize to have Cervantes' body taken back to Mexico. Mitsumi.
Thanks very much, Luca.